One sec.
Okay, I will start again, and if anyone else comes, I will let them in. Okay, so we don't have a lot of time, but it's okay. So the last one, let me do this again. So the first part is a verb, so you would emphasize the end. The second part is a noun, so you would emphasize the beginning. When I say part, I'm talking about the ones that are bolded, the words that are bolded. So the sentence, this is how you would see the sentence. The facilitator wanted to separate the general topics into separate categories. So since like I told you, if a word ends in the word ate and it's a verb, you have to say it. But if it's a noun, you don't pronounce the e. So you would say this as the facilitator wanted to separate the general topic into separate categories. Separate, 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 separate. Okay? So these sentences, they take practice. Okay? So I'm recording this, right? So if you want to practice these, you could watch the video and you can try to practice. You can even pause the video and just pause the video where we are right here and pause it and try to say all the sentences, and then you can see if it was correct based on what I said. So just remember, nouns and pronouns பண்ணும்போது you have to emphasize the beginning. But if it's a verb, you have to emphasize the end. And if it's an adjective, it's the same rule as nouns. Okay. So this is new. So what this is when descriptive phrases. Descriptive phrases means you have to emphasize, let's see. I don't know why I did not color code these. It would have been so much easier if I did. Okay. So basically, if a descriptive phrase is now, if I'm describing something, right? When I'm describing something, I want to say the ends. Oh, Vishwa's here. So for example, let's look at the right column. Well, let me explain this to Vishwa real quick. So Vishwa, and then now we're moving on and we're going to talk about descriptive phrases.
Yes, sir.
And descriptive phrases, now it's basically adjectives. Adjectives do what? They describe nouns. So you want to emphasize descriptive phrases, correct? So right side on the packlam, you would say this as it's short. It's short. Okay? It's short. But when you say the sentence right next to it, you would say it's a short nail. It's a short nail. It's a short nail. Okay? You would want to emphasize the noun. You would want to emphasize the noun. If I were to say it's chocolate, it's chocolate. Chocolate. But when I say it as a sentence, I would say it's a chocolate cake. It's a chocolate cake. I wouldn't say it as it's a chocolate cake. I would say this, it's a chocolate cake. I would want to emphasize a noun. And if I would say, so but right just a descriptive. There's nothing, there's no noun. If I'm talking to someone and I'm describing something, I'd be like, that's short. That's short. I would emphasize the word short. But if I were to say, let's see, if I were to describe a nail, I would say it's a short nail. If I, noun at the time, noun emphasize பண்ணும். Yeah. So in the next one, it's good. It's good. I would emphasize the word good. But if it were to be in a sentence, I would say it's a good plan. It's a good plan, right? You would want to emphasize.
Yes, Akka. Yes, Akka.
It's a good plan. Because what's the most important thing in that sentence? The word plan. The word plan. The word plan is the most. I don't know if you guys remember this, but when we were talking about the four things why you have to use intonation, I talked about how nouns are new and pronouns are old. So in this case, I'm talking about something new. Before I said the sentence, it's a chocolate cake. You don't know I was going to talk about chocolate, did you? Or chocolate cake, did you? You didn't. So in the introduce we're using nouns, and you have to emphasize the nouns because it's new and you want people to know what you're talking about. So you would emphasize the nouns. So the fourth one is, I would say it's guarded. It's guarded. Then the sentence, I would say it's a guarded gate. What is guarded? The gate. So you want to emphasize that. It's a guarded gate. Okay, so let's try. Kevin, could you do the one with the word wide?
Yes, Akka.
Okay.
Akka, can you say again which one I have to read?
Number 5. The one that starts with the word wide. It's wide.
Yes, Akka. It's wide. It's a wide river.
Yes. It's wide. It's a wide river. It's wide. It's a wide river. Right? You would emphasize.
Yes, Akka.
So if you don't have the noun, you would just say it's wide. What is it? It's wide. But if I were to say, if I'm talking about the river, I would say it's a wide river. It's a wide river. I would emphasize the noun. Okay. The next one. Let's see. Who have I not picked on? Shervin, could you do that one?
There are four cards.
Correct. There are 4. என்ன இருக்கு? 4 இருக்கு. இல்லையா? அதனால வந்து there are 4. But if I'm talking about with something with nouns, I would say there are 4 cards. What are there? You have cards. That's what you have. You don't have 4 with you. You have cards. So then you would say there are 4 cards. There are 4 cards. Correct? Okay. Rajav, could you do the next one?
Okay, it was small. It was a small spot.
Perfect. It was small. It was a small spot. It was small. It was a small spot. Okay. How about who's gonna do? Kevin, could you do the last one?
It's the best. It's the best book.
It's the best. It's the best book. So the first, what's the most important thing? I'm saying something's best. You don't know what that something is, but now in the conversation. I'm in a conversation with one of you. Let's say Sarah. I'm in a conversation with Sarah, and we're talking about what are we talking about? We're talking about a book. Or the book பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். Sarah's talking about the book, and I'm like, it's the best. It's the best. We already know we're talking about a book, so I don't say it's the best book. I just say it's best, right? But if it's something new and I'm talking with Kevin about a book that I like, I would say it's the best book. It's the best book. You have to read it. It's the best book. You have to read it. Okay. So when I'm not talking about the noun, you just emphasize on the descriptive phrase. But when I'm talking about the noun, you have to emphasize on the noun. Okay. That's what descriptive phrases are. So, okay, we have 4 more minutes left. I'll start on the next one, then we'll review the next one next week. Okay, so the ones that are all the way towards the right, those are, oh, Vaibhav, did you raise your hand? Did you have a question?
I wanted to read the next one.
Yes, you may. Let me first explain what you're supposed to do. So what you're supposed to do here is இப்போ என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன்னா 3 column நான் போட்டிருக்கேன் கரெக்ட்டா. I made 3 columns, and in the first column it's just a sentence. The second column it's a sentence, but the third column it's a word. So let me do the first one so you understand. So the first, let me take my laser. So the one right here, I would say it as, it's a finger. It's a finger. And then the second one, I would say it as, it's a nail. It's a nail. It's a finger. It's a nail. But when I say the word fingernail, the word fingernail is the one that you have, the fingernail that you have in your finger, right? That's what it is, right? When I'm saying it's a nail, it doesn't have to be the nail in my finger. It could be the one that I put in the wall, right? But when I say fingernail, is one word. It's one word, right? But it's just combined with two other words. So when I do that, I would emphasize the beginning. It's a fingernail. It's a fingernail. So let me do it again. It's a finger. It's a nail. It's a fingernail. It's a finger. It's a nail. It's a fingernail. Okay. Was it Vaibhav? Were you the one that raised the hand? I think it was. Do the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's a pan. It's a cake. It's a pancake.
Yes. It's a pan. It's a cake. It's a pancake. It's a pan. It's a cake. It's a pancake. So that's what the difference is. So you would say pan, you would emphasize on the word pan, and you would emphasize on the word cake. But so pan could be the stuff that you have in your kitchen, the one that you use to cook your food, right? That could be the pan. A cake, we all know what a cake is. But a pancake, it's like a dosa. Okay, it's something different, but it's made out of two words. Pancake. When it's made out of pancake is one word, but it's made out of two other words. Pancake. So when you do that, you want to emphasize on the beginning, pancake. So we went through this one fast, but we will start with set phrases next week. So just know when you have descriptive phrases and you have a noun, you have to emphasize the noun. Descriptive phrases or noun வந்துச்சுனா noun emphasize பண்ணும். Noun இல்லனா வெறும் அந்த descriptive phrase and descriptive word emphasize பண்ணும். Okay. But when you have a set phrase just means that you have two words that are put together, like fingernail. Fingernail has two words that are put together. And when those two words are put together, you would emphasize the beginning of the word. That's what it is. And we will talk about this more next week. Okay.
Bye, Akka. Thank you, Akka. Good night.
I was going to say one thing before you guys sleep. If you want to improve in your American accent, I would recommend you watch TV shows. The better way to, I would say, learn is if you guys have Netflix or even YouTube, you can watch you can even watch YouTubers speaking in American accent. If you do that, you keep listening to them. So maybe when you have time this week, watch a YouTube video of American YouTuber, listen to them speak for some time. Or if you have a TV show that you like, listen to that. Or find a new TV series where it's an American TV series and maybe listen to it 30 minutes a week. So then you can pick up on words. I feel like that's a better way, okay? So when you have time, watch a TV show that's in American accent or watch a YouTube video that's in American accent. I feel like that would help better so you have more practice, okay? Okay, so that's it for class. So next week, come back. Is it Sunday for you guys or it's Sunday for you guys, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay, so next week, Sunday for you guys at 9 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Okay, see you guys next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Akka. Thank you.
Bye,
Good
Akka.
night.
Bye.
Thank you, Akka. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Good night, Akka.
Good night.